So today is December 15th, 2025. And hi, Val, if you're ever actually listening to this. If it's in your playlist at whatever point in time when you're trying to go to bed. Hello, go to sleep. You're a tired girl. But today is December 15th, 2025. And today was actually a pretty quiet day overall all in life. I was sitting around with work, went in 12 different meetings for the day as I was doing periodic miscellaneous work for all of my friends. Got plans for tomorrow, going out, doing bowling, doing the mall, doing some Magic the Gathering with my friends. Oh my god, it's going to be so much fun. Oh my god. But I'm also working on some new cards that I'm ordering in, trying to help my friends build their decks. So messing around with some card sphere stuff. I'm doing some things with Moxfield for new decks. This is going to make no sense to you, but hey, I enjoy all this stuff. Magic the Gathering is such a fun game. It's related, it's in the same sort of realm of like Pokemon and things like that, in the range of wanting to get into a new enjoyment, but it's, for lack of a better terminology, it is much more accessible as an actual game than Pokemon is, in my opinion. Pokemon's more fun to collect, Magic the Gathering is more fun to play. But one of the things I'm actually working on for myself is I'm actually working on an OS for, not really an OS for my system, but I'm wanting to learn how computers work. So I've actually been messing around with like Arch Linux, and I've actually been learning how to use Neary, which is what allows me to have this sort of like interface for my computer. I can get my own sort of like app style. One of the things I actually set up is I've been really liking navigating with my system keys of IJKL. So WASD, or kind of system, except all with my left hand, because my way to which I have my entire setup done for my pretty much keyboards is the split keyboards, as you know, which look like, here, I'll swap the scene over. I think I have, yeah. So as you can see, I have the split keyboard here. And if I add the element of being able to, let me exit out of this and let me add in, I think it is video capture with this here, add existing. Make source visible. This one. Right? No, that's this. Properties? No. Oh, let me cancel this. Let me remove this. Yes. Let me properties this. Nope. And this is my actual camera. I need to do this anyway, so obviously while I'm doing this, we're going to learn. Okay, so this is with screen capture. I was doing the wrong thing. Screen capture this, add existing already. Hey, there we go. Okay. So if I make this my actual full screen, toss that up there, and go like that. There we go. And then go to this, hide this, and with this, now what we do, oh wait, why? Okay, I want to resize my webcam down to this. There we go. And then go back to this, make this my actual display. Toss it up there in the corner, and then make it full screen. Now, if I go back to this, make this layer higher. Come on. There we go. Now, when I go like this, you can see this. So, as you can see, I'm actually navigating this around with my keyboard on here, which I really like because now I don't need to worry about my mouse. And this keyboard doesn't have arrow keys because of how I have it set up. So, being able to navigate it through this keyboard is so nice. Have all of my keybinds set up here for like updating the system. I have it set up that it automatically backs up my computer before every single time that I update it. So if I break something, I can instantaneously get it back. It's so fucking nice. There are so many small things that have driven me insane with like my system. And like I have this set up to do a daily backup as well whenever I mess around with stuff. Because I'm constantly updating packages for my computer. I'm updating other stuff. But my goal with this is I've run like 30 or 40 different systems through this over time. And my goal is that I'm going to remove a bunch of the packages that I don't really use at all. Because I have a lot in here that I don't use. And so I should really go through, remove them, and remove a bunch of the bloat that's in here. Like, the last time I probably used, like, I don't even know what this is, or array, or like Balo widgets. I don't use Plasma anymore, so I can really remove both of these without question. But like, there's a bunch of things I probably don't need K-righted because this is the daemon, and a daemon is the service or behind a computer screen. There's Broke texting me. But it's so much fun. I love it all. And I really need to probably get around to actually learning how to program with it in my own time. Just so then no other notifications pop up. I'm just going to mute them, which I can do up here. This shows all my notifications. I can mute them from this board. Oh, it's so nice. Custom building a computer definitely has its benefits. Can 100% say it has its benefits. But it does take some work. For me, the reason why I even decided this is because I thought it was fun, you know? I'm still working on it, but my goal is that I'm going to set this up as an ISO, as the way to which I like it for myself. Like I have my custom built widget up here at my top for my stocks and things like that. Shows me my rotating ones. I have some weird issue with this bar up here. You can't really see it, but it's done updating. As you can see, this bar is just showing my one side of it, and then when I click on it, it actually puts my stocks over here. It loads up my performer of the day. So as you can see here, see how it now rotated away, which is really cool. I like it. So yeah. And then it goes over here to my highest earners of the day. So it's things that I like. When you're custom building an OS, you get to build it the way that you like. Also, here, let me say hello for the day. Hi, how you doing? My hair looks like crap today. I need to do that better. But alas, I'm getting old. I have less hair. It's very sad. I cry every single time. But this is my entire backdrop. It looks so cool. It's coming together so well. So many things that I love in it. It's been a lot of work getting to this point, honestly. Also, look, you can kind of see an infinite wave here. Isn't that so much fun? I don't know. Everyone has their own things that they enjoy. But this is literally just me yapping into a microphone because I was told I don't really have to, but it's kind of fun, you know? Like, ooh. I don't know if I've showed you like a bunch of the things in here. Like, there's been a lot of stuff that I've been getting more recently as just new items in my own time. Like, an old, like, over here is a really old camera, which I really like. But, yee. Here, wait. You know what? We're going to set up a new scene. You know what? We're going to start naming my scenes. This is going to be full camera. space cam. Okay. And then on here, we're going to add in video, this one, add device. No, let me try the other one. This one. Oh, there we go. Okay. So I shouldn't use pipeline. Pipeline doesn't really work, so we're going to go with the other one. Good to know for my own future. I think if I go into property, no. Can I rename this? Rename. There we go. Oh, it's frozen. Face. Okay. Is this like full frozen? Whoa. Whoa. That looks fucking weird. Holy shit. That is a seizure warning. Default. That is not right. What the hell? Scene 1. So this thing, I'm gonna just unplug it and plug it back in. You know? Just unplug something. Work now? Properties. Okay, cool. That worked. I don't know. Hit okay. Good enough for me, you know? Okay, one moment. We're going to do transformation, flip horizontal, and then there we go. Yeah, now it will match. Now I can actually know what the hell I have to do with my hair. But yeah, this is the kind of new backdrop. It's not really new. It's just more done. Okay, we're now going to make this full screen. What the hell? Properties. What the hell? 1080. Let me hit OK on this. There we go. Hi. See? Entire backdrop now. You can kind of see everything. Dude, that took far too much work. Also, I really should take out my actual camera if I really wanted to do this more consistently. But I kind of refuse at this point. Too much work. Too much effort. So instead, we're going to go through the things to which I enjoy today. Oh God, Bitcoin really went down today. No! How dare it? Ouch. That's a big sedge. What happened with iRope? Anyway, sorry, I'm distracted with stocks. It's almost like I trade stocks a lot of the time, and I really like them. Just a random thought, though. Okay, we're gonna put desk up because I feel like putting desk up. You got about 5 more minutes, and then I'm just going to cut off the video at 20 minutes, no matter what. Even if I'm in the middle of doing something, 20 minutes on the dot, video ends. No questions asked. What do I want to show? Well, if there's something in the background, eventually, that you want to see or have me talk about, I will just talk about it. But otherwise, you're just going to get me aimlessly rambling. And if other people listen to this aimless ramble, why? I don't know why you would ever choose to listen to me talk about pretty much nothing. Because that's all this is. Like, But then again, really, when you think about it, every conversation is a lot of nothing. You know? Not really. That's just complete BS out of my ass. Or, well, I guess my mouth, not really my ass. But imagine you could talk out of your ass. Adding that to potential fake story ideas. Years ago, there's this old book. I probably have it still somewhere from back when I was in college. I called it my make-believe novels of nothing. So the novels of nothing in insanity was the full title of it. And God, I think I wrote like quote unquote 3 entries into it over my course of time of using it. But I then kind of just stopped with just age and things like that. But I remember that it would be me sitting around in my like dorm room drunk, and I would come up with these completely absurd, stupid ideas, and I'd be like, oh, that's kind of a fun idea. I'd write like a chapter on it, and then I'd never go back to it. But one of my favorite stories actually came from it. It was a story that I referred to as how he became God by doing nothing, because I had been reading so many light novels that I got so like irritated with the idea of main characters and everything else like that, and how everything was a plot contrivance to resolve the main character's problem. No matter the story, every story has it. Every story will have it. And I was like, screw it, we're just going to go turn it up to 11. We're just going to turn this into a parody because it really drives me insane. Like, don't even get me started on how main characters resolve every single issue in a storyline, because it makes everything else feel absurdly inconvenient when your characters themselves have no definition outside of the main character resolving everything. I was recently watching this show called The Water Magician, and like, you have no frame of reference of how strong the rest of the world is, because literally everything, every single fight, feels like that it just resolves around the main character, and none of the other heroes who you hear like are really strong really do anything. I don't know, but I would love that if more in stories we got actually fights that didn't involve the main character. I think one that I used to really read was called Dan Machi, or Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in the Dungeon? Really, really funny story. Back when it was only a light novel. It wasn't even a manga yet when I was reading it. It was just the light novel. Man, that brings me back. Oh, crap. That was nearly probably almost 10 years ago. Anyway, now that I feel sufficiently old, we actually had like fight scenes that didn't involve the main character because the main character was actually weak. And it's like, that's enjoyable to me because it makes the world feel larger, because you actually have things occur in the story that are unrelated to the main character and his doings. Such an important thing. Should really, really be done more in stories, but they never do it. So sad. Some of the other things that I really, really enjoy in stories is when the world itself has its own purpose before the main character gets involved in it. So what I really like is when it's something I used to do in my D&D campaigns, is the main party would actually be trying to follow the steps that other people have already taken in a hero's journey. This is all just hero's journey stories. Everything is a hero's journey story when it comes to fantasy novels. I can't think of really any that aren't hero's journey fantasy novels. But anyway, I have 30 seconds left. The journey of the characters should be occurring to where they are competing against somebody else. If you've ever read One Piece or anything like that, the main character is exactly what I'm trying to describe here. Of everyone is competing on this goal outside of just the main character and his adventure, because then it feels like there's actually more initiative in what's occurring around everybody. Anyway, 3 seconds. I leave now. Enjoy. Bye bye. Talk to you tomorrow.